So a couple of weeks ago, I made an update video about every retiring LEGO Star Wars set at the end of 2025 and a retiring at the end of 2026. So today we have quite a few updates about sets that are being extended from the end of 2025 all the way to July of 2026. There's quite a few sets here, and at the end I have some of the most surprising sets that I didn't expect to be pushed out this much longer. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and let's jump into all of the sets that we're covering today. So starting off at the smallest set, this is going to be 75390 Luke Skywalker's X-Wing Mech. This one released on June 1st, 2024 and was scheduled for retirement at the end of 2025, but this one was extended to the end of July 2026, which is another 6 months for its extended life cycle. And honestly, if you all probably already know my thoughts on this set, it should have been $10, maybe $12. It was just a little bit too expensive, and there's not much of a need for LEGO to make this mech. It's an X-Wing mech, but it's a good thing for kids, but really for most adult collectors, there's no need for them to buy them because you already likely have a few Luke Skywalkers in your collection. And the next set is going to be the 75340 501st Clone Troopers Battle Pack. This one released on January 1st, 2023 and was scheduled for retirement at the end of 2025. However, this one's getting pushed out for an extra 6 months, so to the end of July 2026, and this is quite surprising. I expected this battle pack to be retired at the end of this year, which would have been 2 years, and then LEGO pushed it out to the end of 2025, which is 3 years, and now it's going to be retiring likely at the end of 2026, so about 3.5 years. That's a long life cycle for a battle pack, but LEGO's not one to shy away from extending life cycles. We've seen quite a few sets on sale for a long time now, so it's not a huge surprise to me, but I do wish that LEGO would retire this one and give us like a new Imperial battle pack or some new Rogue One Short Trooper battle pack. That's one that I've been wanting for a while, so I think these 501st clones have maybe outstayed their welcome just a little bit longer, and they'll be on shelves for a lot longer as well. And up next, we have the 75333 Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. This one released in August of 2022 and was scheduled for retirement, I believe, at the end of this year, and however, LEGO pushed it out all the way through 2025, and now we know this one's staying out all the way through the halfway point of 2026, so we don't even know. Maybe it'll go out even farther. Maybe LEGO doesn't plan on retiring this set, but with the release of the upcoming UCS Jango Fett Slave 1, and I have heard rumors about other Attack of the Clones sets that would pair very nicely with this set coming out later in 2025 in the summer, so there's no surprise that LEGO's keeping this one out. I think it's a fantastic set that you're getting a Kaminoan in. Also, you're getting an exclusive R4, and you're also getting Obi-Wan Kenobi, so it's a nice set for $30. It's commonly on sale, and so if you haven't picked it up, I would recommend getting it because it's a really nice play set and something that'll go very well with the upcoming sets based off Attack of the Clones that are releasing next year in 2025. The next set here is quite surprising to me. This is the 75373 Ambush on Mandalore Battle Pack. This one released on June 1st, 2024 and was scheduled for retirement at the end of next year in 2025. However, LEGO pushes this one out another 6 months, which is a surprise to me because I don't think The Mandalorian Season 3 is quite relevant anymore. I think The Mandalorian movie will make more Mandalorian things relevant, but I simply don't think that there's a need for this one to stay out an extra 6 months. It's just, 2 Mandalorian and 2 Beskar Super Commandos, so it's not a terrible battle pack, but I don't think this one needed to stay out as long as it will be. It'll be over 2 years at that point once, if it does retire in the middle of 2026. So in my opinion, this one definitely should have retired at the end of 2025. The next set is going to be the May 1st 75378 BARC Speeder Escape set. This is one of the more overhyped sets in my opinion. We had big expectations, and this just turned out to be a glorified battle pack in a way. You get a BARC Speeder with a sidecar, Keller and Beck, and of course 2 501st Troopers and a baby Grogu minifigure. Not a bad set, but I do think $30 is overpriced. It should have been $25, maybe even $20, but however, I don't think this one also should be staying out as long as it will be. In my opinion, LEGO shouldn't have ever made this set, but I do like the fact that LEGO did choose to make a Order 66 base set, and we did get Keller and Beck, which is a decent Jedi minifigure. In my opinion, I don't recommend getting this set. If you already have it, that's good, but I don't recommend getting it unless it's 20, 30, or 40% off. And then next up, we have 75347 TIE Bomber. This one also released on January 1st, 2023, alongside the 501st Battle Pack, and this is a very good set. This is one of the best playset vehicles LEGO has ever made. You have the small bomb dropping feature. You also have some firing stud shooters, and in my opinion, this is a great playset and a fantastic TIE Bomber model. You get some good minifigures such as the TIE Bomber pilot, and you also get that one Imperial minifigure alongside Darth Vader. This is a good set, something that LEGO really probably shouldn't retire. They should just keep it on shelves as long as they possibly can, and I'm glad it's staying out for that extra 6 months that it is. It will be about 3.5 years of shelf life if it does retire in the middle of 2026, so that's quite good, and I'm excited to see what other Imperial ships LEGO just used to make, because they made some really great ones, and I think the next one we need to see from LEGO is going to be an updated TIE Advanced model. And then up next, we have the 75388 Jedi Bob Starfighter. This one released on August 1st, 2024, and was scheduled for retirement at the end of 2025, which would have made it a quite short shelf life. Sadly, not sadly, but in a way it's a bit disappointing, because I think LEGO should have kept this one more exclusive, more desirable once it retires, but this one is staying out for an extra 6 months, and it is set for retirement at the end of 2026, so that would put it at around 2 years on shelf time, so that's not terrible, but I do think this one probably should have retired at the end of 2025, because in my opinion, it's not my favorite set. I'm not a huge fan of Jedi Bob Starfighter, although I am happy that LEGO made it. I'm glad that they chose to make Jedi Bob again, but I just don't think this Starfighter really deserves to stay out that much longer, and it's quite overpriced at $40 with just about 300 pieces. And then next up, we have the June 1st 75386 Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle. This is another June 1st release, and it was set for retirement at the end of 2025, and it's staying out for an extra 6 months, same as the Ambush on Mandalore battle pack. You pretty much have the same issue as that set. The Mandalorian Season 3 isn't really relevant anymore, and LEGO should have really retired these to make room for more Mandalorian movie sets, or maybe some more Andor sets, or something that we really haven't seen a lot of sets of. We've seen tons of Mandalorian-based sets over the past 5 years, and LEGO's simply overdone it in my opinion. This is taking a valuable shelf space that LEGO could have replaced with something that a lot more people wanted. You do get some really great minifigures such as Paz Vizsla, also the 2 Praetorian Guards, and Moff Gideon. All the minifigures that are in this set are great, and for $40, you're really getting a pretty decent price in my opinion. However, I just think this one shouldn't have stayed out for as long as it will be, and it should have retired at the end of next year. And then next up, we have the 75391 Captain Rex Microfighter. That was another June 1st release. This one was scheduled for end of 2025 retirement, and it looks like it's going to be staying out for an extra 6 months to make it around a 2-year shelf life. I think this is a good idea from LEGO. I don't think the UCS Venator is also going anywhere. I think that one's staying out on shelves. So you'll get 2 ways to get Captain Rex for quite a long time, nearly 3 years by the time the Venator retires, but I think that one's staying out for a while as well. So I think LEGO is making a good idea by keeping one of the best clone troopers and one of the best clone trooper minifigures they've ever made on shelves for a while. So I really am a big fan of the Captain Rex Microfighter, and I hope it stays out as long as LEGO can possibly make it. And then next up, we have the June 1st 2022 75325 the Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter. This one staying out way too long in my opinion. This one should have retired at the end of last year. This is just staying out way too long. This is a set that is no longer relevant in Star Wars media. It's based off of the Mandalorian Season 2, I think, and even though there is an upcoming Mandalorian movie, I don't think LEGO should have kept this one out as long as they are right now. That'll make it about a 4-year shelf life. They could have retired it, made an updated model that would have satisfied a lot more fans, because 4 years, they're no strangers to remaking things after 4 years. They can remake a new version after 4 years, but it looks like this one will be around for the time of the Mandalorian movie, and that one will probably get a little more popularity once the movie comes out and more people see the vehicles in the movie, and the Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter will likely be one of the vehicles in the Mandalorian movie. And then next up, we have the 75383 Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator. This was a May 1st, 2024 release, and it was scheduled for retirement at the end of 2025. Looks like it's staying out an extra 6 months, and despite all the hate that this set gets, I think it's a very solid Sith Infiltrator model. It's been a decade since LEGO updated it this May, and I think it's a decent model. They should have had at least one more minifigure, either Captain Panaka or maybe even Padme Amidala, which would have been great, but they did just make 4, including that 25th anniversary Saw Gerrera minifigure. So it does look like you'll be able to get all of the 25th, or at least most of the 25th anniversary minifigures for quite a while now, all the way through 2026. So in my opinion, this is not a worthy of a pickup right now, but if you do find it on sale for about 20 or 30% off, it would have been much better, because it's a very solid looking set. I am a big fan of it, but it is a tad overpriced at $70 with just around 600 parts. And the next set is going to be the 75349 Captain Rex helmet. This is a May 1st, 2023 release, and so So with it staying out for that extra 6 months, that's quite a long shelf life, but LEGO really practically perfected the design of this Captain Rex helmet. I really like the design of it. I think it's one of the best helmets LEGO's ever made, if not the best helmet in the Star Wars line. So it's a good set, perhaps a little bit overpriced at $70 US, but it's commonly on sale for 20% off on Amazon and Target. So if you want to pick that up, I totally would recommend it because it's a good looking set and something that would go really well with a lot of Clone Wars fans' collections. And with just a few sets left, we have the June 1st, 2023 75356 Executor Super Star Destroyer mini-scale set. This came as a lot of surprise to people as the mini-scale line returned last year, and then we saw quite a few more sets this year with the Falcon, the Tantive 4, and the Invisible Hand. And then we also know in 2025 we're seeing quite a few, including a midi-scale Kylo Ren shuttle, a midi-scale Acclamator, and a midi-scale Home 1. So there's quite a few midi-scale sets on shelves, but this is the first one. I expected it to be the first to go at the retirement at the end of this year. It was staying out all the way through 2025, and now it looks like it's going all the way halfway through 2026. So no really need to invest in this one. I don't think it will be a great investment in my opinion, but I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research before investing into LEGO sets. But I simply don't believe this set will do too well because there's quite a few other midi-scale sets on shelves, and this one isn't retiring anytime soon. And then next up we have the August 1st, 2022 75337 ATTE Walker. This one honestly has stayed out for quite a long time. It released in August 2022, being the second set still available on shelves, along with the Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Starfighter. And so this one, seemingly LEGO doesn't want to retire it. They want to keep it out as long as possible, which makes sense because it's the best ATTE they've ever made. It has the Commander Cody minifigure, and it has a few other 212th troopers, and it's just a great playset for kids and an awesome display piece for adults. I'm glad that they're keeping this out as long as they can. Hopefully it'll go on sale 20-30% off so that I can stock up on a few more of these. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this ATTE because honestly I think it's an underrated set. Everybody loves it, but it's not talked about too much in the community, and I think it deserves a little bit more attention. And then with just two more sets left, we have the August 1st, 2024 75393 TIE Fighter and X-Wing Mashup. This is from the Rebuild the Galaxy TV show, and I personally expected this one to retire at the end of next year, and this is seemingly going out for an extra 6 months. It makes sense because LEGO doesn't want to make an updated X-Wing and TIE Fighter this soon. I believe the X-Wing and TIE Fighter retired at the end of last year, so we had about half a year without any X-Wing or TIE Fighter on shelves, and so seemingly this one's staying out for about 2 years. Could go out a little bit longer, could stay out on shelves, but this is all that we know, that it's staying out halfway through 2026. It's not a bad set by any means, but I do think it's $10 overpriced. It should have been $100, $110. It's just a little bit too expensive in my opinion. And the final set staying out for an extra 6 months is going to be the August 1st, 2023 75354 Coruscant Guard Gunship. This one released on August 1st, 2023, or September, I believe, and it's also staying out till July 31st, 2026. Now, this is subject to change. It could stay out a little longer. It could be retire at the end of 2025, but right now, the current rumor is that all of these sets are staying out halfway through 2026, and so in my opinion, this is a good set. It's a little bit overpriced. Should have been $120, not $140. You're getting some mediocre minifigures in the Commander Fox and the Padme Amidala. Both of those are kind of lazy minifigs, but in my opinion, this is a solid playset. If you want a gunship, I would recommend getting this one. But other than that, I mean, it should have been a normal gunship. It should have had double doors. It should have had a bigger design. It should have been a little bit larger, but it's not a terrible set. It's a mediocre set. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down in the comments section below, and be sure to have a fantastic rest of your day. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and goodbye.